So all of this stuff I have done before, as far as bumping her with the stirrup to ask her to go forward like that. Okay, this is pretty important here, folks, because when I get on her, my feet are going to be doing this right here, and she needs to not be the least bit bothered by it. Okay, now I'm going to ask her to move her hip. I'm going to go back to leg position 3. Say, step that hip over. Pretty nice. Very good. Okay, beautiful. Okay, let's do the other side. So this is a review. I did this one day before. I'm waiting on her to stop because I didn't tell her to go. Okay. All right. So bump means go. Good. I'd like her to do it with a little more energy. There you go. A little life in it. There you go. Okay, now let's move your hip. Good. Good. Now back up. Good. I'll change sides. So I'm just getting her used to all the stuff that's going to happen when I get up there. And I also want her to know that when I kick with my feet, or at least, you know, squeeze, that means move. Come on. There you go. Okay, let's move your hip. Okay, I thumped her a little because she didn't respond very well. Good. And that's the first move I'm going to make when I'm on her back. So I'm going to bend her head around and ask her to yield those hindquarters. Good. Okay, let's do it again. Ask her to trot. Good. See this here? I want her to be okay with that. Good. So she reacted a little, but it wasn't much. Okay, hip, move those hindquarters. Good, good. Now let's see if I can get a shoulder move, which didn't work on that very much. Step that shoulder over. There we go. A little clunky, but she got something there. Good. And even if it's not really good, I'm getting her used to my leg up here. Okay? So that it's not going to bother her when I'm on her. Good. Good. Flop that out there. Good. See, she's a little bit more anxious because I'm over here on this side. So I'll just stay here until she's not. There, she's kind of calming down. Move that hip. Good, that's good. Now let's see if we can move the shoulder from this side. Step over. Over. There. There. And there. And there. Good girl. Okay. Now, I have done this, which is stand up in the stirrups. Okay. But I have not actually sat on her. We did have the little girl who owns her actually rode her bareback a little bit. I led her around with her on her bareback. So I've done that, but I haven't sat in the saddle. Okay. And she's got to learn to shift her weight and handle that, okay? Because she's not a very big horse, and she's not going to be very big. These Arabians, pound for pound, they're a lot stronger than our stock breeds. Here we go. Good. All right. Okay. So that's just her walking off because that's what she does when things are on her right, in her right eye. Okay, good. All right. Now I'll do the same thing from the other side. Which I'm not going to do as well because I've pulled a muscle in this left leg, but I think I can get it done. So I want her nose tipped this way. Up here. Okay. There we go. All right. And she's licking and chewing. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a little technique that I like to use. Get her moving. When I first start sitting on a horse's back, I want to make me being on her back a place to rest. Okay? Even though you can't get an Arabian tired, but you can get them mentally wanting a break. Okay? So I'm just going to work her around here for a few minutes. Look how nice this horse moves. Man, she's a nice mover. Okay. There we go. So I want to get her thinking she'd kind of like for me to leave her alone. Let's go one more turn. She kind of overreacted to that rope a little bit, so I'm going to do it again. There. Okay, and ooh. Now, while she's catching her air and thinking how much work that was, I'm going to step up in the stirrup and let her rest. Right now. Okay. And this is the first time I've swung a leg over her, and I do not have her attention at all. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna move her around because she's not paying attention to me. She's looking at the other horses. Okay. And she stopped looking at the other horses where she can. Okay. Can you pay attention to me, honey? Can you? Can you? Thank you. Okay. A little bit. A little bit. A little bit. There. Thank you. So this is the first time I've actually sat on her, but we've laid over her a lot. And what would give me great joy is if she'd lick and chew. I don't think she doesn't act like she's going to. Oh. Oh. And then she said, I'm going to look at the other horses and pretend like you're not up there. Okay. Okay. Now, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to step off and I'm going to put her right back to work. And I'm going to work her for 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'll do that from the other side. I got on her from the left. Okay. This time I'll get on her from her right side. This horse, she could run like that all day long. You and I could go out to dinner, come back at midnight, she could still be running like this. Okay, now she's kind of thinking maybe she'd like to not be running. Ooh. That time when she heard the word, she stopped, didn't she? Good. So I'm going to come in here. Now my body's not telling her to move. Okay. My body's not telling her to move. Okay. Nothing about me is saying move. So she moved when I lifted my foot. So I'll just keep doing it until she stands still. There. Good. Okay, tip her nose this way. Okay. And I lose her attention every time I sat on her back, don't I? Okay. And I haven't put my left foot in the stirrup. I don't know if you see that. So if she were to jump, I could swing my leg over and I'd probably fall on my butt, but I wouldn't get hurt. I don't think she's going to. Again, I'd like to see her lick and chew. And I only have my toe of my right boot in the stirrup. Okay. Here we go. Good. Okay. There's the lick and chew. A little bit. Okay, so there's my cue to get off. And I want you to notice what my left foot is doing here. I'm rubbing her tail with my boot because I want her used to all of that. Okay, I don't want anything that's going on here to be a shock or surprise. Okay, so now we'll go right back to it. So I hope you can see, after I've done this about 8 or 10 times, she's going to be begging me to sit on her back, isn't she? Let me see, I sure wish you'd get up there and sit on my back so I don't have to work. That's getting pretty nice there too. So folks, I take everything slow in the beginning. So if you bring a colt to me and you say, Steve, how long is it going to be before you're riding it? And I'll say, well, somewhere between 3 days and 3 years. Well, how do you know? The more fear the horse has, the longer it takes. It's just that simple. These two fillies had a little bit more fear than the last few horses that have been brought to me. The colts, that is. And so the last few colts I've had in the last year or so, most of them I was on them by the end of the second week. Right now we're in the middle of the third week, and I'm about ready to get on both of them. What I'm doing today, I don't count this as actually riding, I'm just sitting there. Okay. So it's taken me an extra 3 to 5 days, really, beyond what it was if they hadn't been a little bit jumpy. And it wasn't bad. If you didn't see the first video, just go back and look at the first video that I did with them on day one. Kind of showed you where they were. It wasn't bad. Ooh, okay. Good. Good. Now, would you like me to get on so you can rest? Huh? That'd be a great idea. Okay. That'd be a great idea. Let's get on so you can rest. Okay. All right. I'm not going to do it while she's moving. There. Okay. And again, she's right back looking at the other horses. Okay. All right. And I'm not going to go ahead and swing my leg over while she's moving because I don't want her to think that's the right answer. That is not what I want her to do. I want her to stand still and teach her good habits right here. And I don't think she'd do anything bad. She's not, I don't think, inclined to do anything silly, but I don't want to create any bad habits. Okay. Keep your nose tipped to the left, babe. Okay. And so you see, if it doesn't go as planned, just step off, not a big deal. Okay. There we go. There we go. I'm intentionally doing this blowout with my breath, waiting for her to lick and chew. And this time when she does, it will be done for the day. There we go. Good girl. Good girl. And there it is right there. Okay, so that's it for today. I'm going to step off. Love that head shake. You see what she's doing? She's relaxing with me on her back, thinking, wow, that's a whole lot easier than all that other stuff. Big yawn. It doesn't get any better than that. That is the perfect place right there for me to step off, loosen the cinch. Come here, babe. So she got a little anxious when I stepped off. Pull the cinch down, and she's done for the day.